In the last video, we formed up these concrete window wells. Never actually did pour them, or never actually did film pouring them. But we got to clean them up. We're going to put some dirt up to here and some gravel and whatnot. But these are all done, ready to go. And I think they look a little more slick than the rotten metal. Here's the steps we made. Hopefully they look all right. We kind of had some issues with the face peeling off and whatnot, but you know, we fixed what we could. Later we're going to pour a slab across the bottom, so that part is actually going to be covered, so don't worry about that. But anyways, I think it's an improvement. This is melamine. This is what we're doing this project out of, because it has a nice flat surface, nice smooth surface. So the first thing to do is we got to cut a bunch of strips. We figured we need 7 inches tall for every single step, so we need a bunch of strips along the whole length of this thing, 7 inches, and then we'll cut it to you know, pop out the steps with it. I'll show you what I mean. Should probably film some of this ugliness before it's all covered up. So obviously we're doing the steps a little different. They were rounded before and then ended here for no apparent reason. The slab was like 5 inches off center of the doorway, which was kind of weird. So we're centering the whole thing with the front door. We're going to later frame some columns up each side and change the whole roof line. Should look pretty cool. Certainly better than what it looks like now, which I think looks like a double wide on basement walls. Here's what we have stepwise so far. We have these 2x4s up at the top of this so that it'll hold the weight of it. They're all connected in 3 different places, so it's going to put this whole thing together, so it kind of spread that force out. They're staked into the ground. This one's kind of a little short, but it's not going to be holding all that much pressure anyways. But that one's staked into the ground. There's one behind me that's staked into the ground. These little things are holding up the height, so we'll remove those as soon as we pour and get things up to, you know, semi-stiff. We'll pull that out, you know, about the time that we're probably right after we float it. But it kicks up to the corners. It's going to the corners, so these things can't skew sideways. So that's important to have kind of an angle. The only thing I'm worried about is the bottom here. We got nothing right there, and it's going to be a lot of force there, especially at the bottom, and especially only being 3/4 inch material. So we got to address that. This is how we're going to address it. I'm just going to fill it up full of chunk pieces of concrete. This is way too thick. I don't need 2 feet of concrete here. So this is being filled up. So the steps are going to essentially sit on the top of it. We got it doweled into the side though, so it's going to move with this existing slab. But we're going to put dirt on it and bring it up, so that way it pushes against the dirt, and we don't have to worry about it blowing out. That's not doing anything. So ignore that, because I got one over there that'll square up the whole thing. We'll gusset the whole thing. This middle's braced together. It's kicked on the ends where it's not. I guess I could bolt it into the concrete, but it's not. It's just kicked down to the ground under that form. So that should be fine. And then I got some angle braces down through there. So this is only spanning like a foot. So that should be good. That's fine. This is actually concrete under here, even under this part where it looks like it's not. So we can't actually get a stake into it. So I put that. Normally you'd cut a board, nail it to there, then run it along, and then put a stake at the end of the board where you can actually put a stake. Kind of like this. But I didn't do that. That'll hold it. It's fine. If you've ever moved those, you know how heavy they are. It's not going to move.